Gems are out. Link. Oh my god, it's real! It's real! Alright. Sadism. Wow. They went all in on Defiled Forces being the only way to play this. That is an insanely big number. I can tell you 100% certainty I'm not playing this. Even if it's like, this will be higher POB Ignite DPS than my worst support gem, 100% it will be. But it's going to reduce my Ignite duration down to like 0.7. So if my Arcanist brand falls off for just the tiniest bit, my Ignite falls off. But for skills that can constantly, easily reapply their Ignite, very good. That's a big number. 79 is a big number. Ooh, 61 less than Returning Proj. I wasn't sure if this was going to go to 50 or to 60. 61 less. Ooh. Locust Mine. Support of the attack skills cannot be used with melee weapons. So it throws a mine that a bow or a wand can use. And it uses it at your location. Always fires at least one proj. Weird. Always. They throw up to 2 additional mines by default. Supported skills fire less projectiles. What a weird modifier. They can't be detonated within a radius of 30 of you. Oh shit. But in terms of raw damage effectiveness, 11% less damage. And it throws 3 mines. This is an interesting gem, but it's weird. And it's gonna feel clunky to use. I'm sure people are gonna make builds with it though. Spellblade. Ooh, I said 140%. I was close. No idea how good this is. I'd have to actually POB with it to figure that out. Sacrifice. 20% of current life to gain added chaos damage, you go to 44% of that. So if you're a normal build, you have 6k life, you sacrifice 1200 life, you get about, what, like 550 life? Or like 550 flat chaos? That's a lot of flat chaos. But it's also a big sacrifice number. So if we look at Pathfinder Blade Vortex and we hypothetically 11.8, not even that good for BV. Very mediocre, worse than the woke gems you already have access to. I think there's probably a spell that it's good for. Rigid Bond, nothing else to say there. Fresh Meat, so yeah, it's 10% adrenaline. Waking Fury gives a bunch of crit. Yeah, I don't like it for SRS, but there's some gems where it's gonna be good. As for life stacking, yeah, I was just comparing it to like a normal like 6k life character, just to see how it would slot into like BV for example. But on, you know, like 10k life characters, it's of course going to be decent if you have enough recovery, which is a pretty big cost. Which is the intention, right? Big opportunity cost, big damage in some cases. Devour. The quality is increased damage with hits against enemies on low life, and there's no built-in multiplier. Log out. For linking it to your main skill, maybe to like some sort of weird like Herald of Ice thing or something, but not to like a main 6 link. Volatility. 58 more max, 69 less minimum. 59 max, 69 less minimum. Fuck yes, dude. Beautiful. That's a big support, but 5k to 183,000 with Raslotha plus that on a Citadel bow. But insane variance. Trauma. Supports melee strike skills that do not inherently apply trauma. Red Bone Shatter. No double trauma dreams. 11 to 24 added attack per trauma. Axe, Mace, Scepter, Staff. Increased stun duration per trauma. Why does it have all these stun modifiers on it? It's not Bone Shatter. Trauma lasts 6.9 seconds. 146 is a lower number than Bone Shatter, right? The Bone Shatter is 194. So it's quite a bit less than Bone Shatter. 11 to 24 per trauma. And trauma lasts a bit longer than Bone Shatter. So a Bone Shatter character that easily maintains like 35 stacks, they maintain like 40-ish of this, which is like, you know, reasonable. That's a big number. Wait, that's a really big number. And the flat damage isn't that high for self-hit. Got a big mana cost preservation though. 600 flat fit, right? That's a big number. There's definitely going to be stuff with this. Guardian's Blessing. 32 aura effects, the same as... So when you summon the minion, you have to press the aura as well, right? You have to summon the minion and then press the aura. But the aura is free to press because it has no reservation. And no extra flat. 14.3 per second. That's a big number too. I feel like I'm just going to play Eldritch Battery and use Divine Blessing in most scenarios. That's a big ass number. Flame Wood. Launches the fiery proj high into the air to drop on a target and deal area damage where it lands. 18 base radius. 137% of the totem's life. 1 second cooldown. I don't care. Corrupting Cry. 1000% reservation multiplier. And built-in cost life instead of mana. I think War Cries only cost like 20 by default. That's not really a problem. Built-in life tap's convenient. Inflict 4 CB debuffs. I wonder if you can make it apply 5. 4 instead of 5 is really annoying. It's like 5, and you can just keep on refreshing it, right? I'm pretty sure Corrupting Blood refreshes whenever you reapply new stacks. The Exert applies. Yeah, I'm not trying to attack though. The goal is to only press War Cries. You just walk around and just scream. With some investment, you definitely could get the duration of this to be longer than the cooldown. And then you just walk around with like Call to Arms, left click, and like on your War Cry, and you just keep on walking. Controlled Blaze. What's this one again? Each supported skill does 40% more damage with Ignite for each Ignite inflicted with it recently. Each supported skill does less damage for each Ignite. Oh, less damage with hits. Okay. The bottom one is hits. So it's like Deadly Elements where, you know, your hit damage is totally gone at the end. That doesn't matter. You don't get it? So basically, if you attack too fast and apply Ignites too frequently, you will start to do less damage than if you just apply the right amount every 4 seconds. Like, if you're at the right amount, it actually is a pretty big damage increase for a support. But like, fuck that. Just to snapshot the initial Ignite. Yeah, so like if you just hold right click and you just apply Ignites and go through this whole graph, you're going to apply an Ignite at this point. And when you apply the ones later on that are doing less damage, this one still is on the target. If you have like Defiled Forces, for example, you're just going to keep on refreshing that 72% forever, and like that's fine. But you have to apply like 13 Ignites within 4 seconds to then apply 1 big Ignite to then Defiled Forces. I don't know. I'll just play DD. It's only for attacks. Melee attack skills actually, not even Burning Arrow. It's only for like melee attacks. Yeah, I don't care about melee ignite at all. That has no appeal to me whatsoever. And they made combustion have a strength thing so that the int requirement isn't too high for melee attack builds that are igniting. Trauma, cool. Sacrifice, cool. Spellblade, cool. Dude, 61 less is a big penalty. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Because they wanted it to not just be like way better for things like Lightning Arrow. But for a 1.5 multiplier, like fuck man. Yeah, it's still 39% more. Which is a high value support. But it comes at a delay. Your attack has to go through the target. You have to have sources of pierce to make it actually go through the target and then return. That's not crazy high. The average value of a support is like 35 on most bow skills. Like if you're running like crit damage, wed, like yeah, I mean for the area proj skills it's all broken, but it was always going to be broken for those. But yeah, the cost multiplier is huge. Like 1.5 multipliers are it's really annoying. You get life on hit, yeah. It's obviously still good, but it's not like broken except for the skills that kind of abuse it, like Molten Strike and like Splitting Steel and stuff. Cost multiplier on the Cry is fine because it costs life. You're not spending mana. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, trauma flat damage is fucking huge. Yeah, these trauma numbers are large. It's also easier to maintain high stacks compared to Bone Shatter. Molten is the highest flat damage effectiveness, especially with returning proj. And Molten Strike also has the easiest way of dealing with self-hit, because its life on hit is so high that all you have to get is physical mitigation, and then you just go instant leech, and you'll leech to infinity off of insta leech. We'll say it doesn't work for DD. It does. You should never use this while mapping on DD. It would feel atrocious to use it while mapping. But for Defiled Forces DD, this probably is going to be a pretty good support. I know Trauma's busted though. I know this one's busted. There's going to be some Very large. Very large damage builds with this. I wonder what the alt qualities are. What if it has alt quality Bone Shatter? That would be so fucking broken if it did.